Inspiring Facts About Steve Jobs. Part 1.
1. Steve Jobs was adopted. Steve Jobs was born on February 24, 1955, to Abdul Fattah Jandali and Joanne Scable. Jandali came from a Muslim background and Scable from a Catholic background, and they weren't married when Scable fell pregnant. Both at the University of Wisconsin at the time, Scable fled to California to have the birth. Scable put Jobs up for adoption after deciding that she should not keep the baby. However, years later, they had a daughter that they kept. 2. Jobs almost became a Buddhist monk. In 1974, Jobs traveled to India to stay at the Neem Karoli ashram, seeking spiritual enlightenment. Unfortunately, upon his arrival, he had learned of Neem Karoli's death the previous year, so he altered his trip. Instead, he headed to the ashram of Haidakan Babaji, where he spent 7 months before returning to the U.S. Jobs started to practice Zen Buddhism, which became a huge part of his life. At one point, he considered becoming a monk at Eiji in Japan. 3. Steve Jobs was a college dropout. Like many successful entrepreneurs, Jobs was a college dropout. In 1972, Jobs enrolled at Reed College but dropped out after 1 semester. He explained to his parents that he didn't want to waste their money on education that was meaningless to him. Jobs' adopted parents had promised his biological mother Scable that they would pay for his education. 4. Steve Jobs founded Apple Incorporated in 1976. Alongside Steve Wozniak, Jobs created the first Apple computer in March 1976. Wozniak designed the Apple I, and together with Jobs, they decided to sell it to the public. By April 1, 1976, the two set up Apple Computer Company as a business partnership alongside Ronald Wayne, now known as Apple Incorporated. The business was registered at Jobs' parents' home on Chris Drive. Jobs' bedroom was their office, which later moved to. The name Apple came from Jobs' time on the All-One Farm commune in Oregon. Jobs spent a lot of time in the apple orchard and decided that should be the company name. 5. Jobs named an Apple computer after his daughter. Out of Steve's 4 children, only 3 were with his wife, Loren Powell. His first child was with his Homestead High on and off girlfriend, Chrisanne Brennan. When Brennan found out she was pregnant, Jobs denied responsibility for the pregnancy, which resulted in Brennan ending her relationship with Jobs. Lisa Nicole Brennan Jobs was born May 17, 1978. Jobs was not present for Lisa's birth but went to visit Brennan 3 days later. Together they named their daughter Lisa. Jobs then named the computer he was working on, the Apple Lisa. He then denied publicly that he named the system after his daughter and that Lisa stood for Local Integrated Systems Architecture. In later years he has admitted that the project was named after his daughter.
6. He married one of his students. Jobs first met his wife-to-be in 1989 during a lecture he was giving at Stanford Graduate School of Business. Loren Powell was sat in the front row of Jobs' lecture, and he couldn't keep his eyes off her. Following the lecture, Jobs met with Powell in the car park and invited her to dinner. Jobs proposed to Powell in 1990, and they married at the Ahwahnee Hotel in Yosemite National Park on March 18, 1991. 7. Jobs met his biological sister at age 27. Due to being adopted as a child and not knowing his biological family, it took a long time to find out about his sister. Jobs tracked down his sister, author Mona Simpson, and met when he was 27 years old. Her first book was titled Anywhere But Here, which was about her relationship with her parents, Jobs' biological family.